Okay, we're going to talk a little about how to safely store a firearm. And before we open up Big Bessie here, we'll talk a little bit about ways to store them safely when you don't have something like this to put them in. This is the ideal. A lot of people don't have a gun safe. You've only got one or two guns. So it's probably not cost productive to buy a safe. The main thing you want to do is remember, if it's your gun that you have for defense, it should be within your control and it should be loaded. If it's in your house and it's there for defense, you need to know where it is at all times and make sure that you have the capability to get to it if necessary. If it's a gun that you're storing, which is what we're talking about, you need to make sure it's unloaded. I recommend put the ammunition in a separate area. Don't have it right next to the gun because you're storing it. It's not your safety gun. Get some way to secure it in its position. You can use a cable lock, which is a device, sometimes a different type of padlock on a long cable that can go through the barrel of the gun or through the trigger guard of the gun. Trigger guard being this portion right here, can go through the barrel and out the action, and secure it by locking it to something that cannot be easily moved. If you have several guns, it might pay to get a longer cable, secure it on one end, put a padlock on the other end. It prevents somebody from seeing the gun, picking it up, and taking it off out the door. Best thing you can do. If you have just a few guns, you might be able to lock them in some place out of sight. But trust me, if there's a little kid you're securing them from, that's their job. They'll find it. So make it safe. Make it safe. For people that have more than that, gun safes don't have to be this big. You can buy them smaller, narrower, shorter, but this particular one, roll it, open it up. You can see real thick door. It's got 8.25" locking bars that come out behind here. It's got 8 more on the back side. It has 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom. These are all adjusted up. It has 2 shelves to put whether or not it's guns, important papers, anything that you might need to keep secure. And this device here can be moved down. This has notches like this for 72 long guns, for quite a collection. We just haven't loaded this up yet. We have a collection that we have to put in here for security. This is a fireproof safe. This is a fireproof liner around the edge. When it heats up to a certain degree, this expands, prevents any heat from getting in. It tells you here at 1250 degrees, this safe will provide 75 minutes, and it will not allow the interior to get over 350 degrees. 1374 degrees, it gives you 30 minutes at 235 degrees inside. Really, really safe. You can put a lot of things in here, and you can buy smaller ones with exactly the same security. If you want, you got a lot of handguns, they make devices you can use to attach on the door. Put them inside this guy, mark him shut, roll that down and spin the lock. This weighs a little over 1,400 pounds. It's going to be difficult for somebody to try and move it anywhere. My recommendation, something smaller, maybe not quite so heavy, have it bolted to the floor. When you buy a safe, talk to the person that's going to sell it to you. Make sure they deliver. Make sure they can lock it down to the floor for you, because there's not going to be any fun spending some time in a hospital because you and your buddy tried to pick that 800-pound safe and roll it in. Or you put it on a dolly and you cracked your wife's Venetian tile on the floor. Bad things. Talk to the people. We deal with the person, the company that's all they do. They sell, deliver, and lock down safes. They do a great job. Here's a small little device, and they make different types of these. What it is has a key and also a combination. They make these kind of safes that you can put your hand in. It won't take your fingerprint, but it takes a particular code of leverage by your fingers. This snaps open and it secures your firearm or two at home, or you can take it with you. Again, if you take it with you, I recommend having a cable. Latch it to something so it can't go away. But it keeps your gun from anybody that's not authorized to have it. This guy opens up like that. It's padded inside. This actually has a light that works inside, so when you open it up, the light snaps on, you can actually see your gun, you can grab it. It's not a bad thing to have. It's not totally fireproof, but it works great to secure your gun. Push it down, and it has the round, almost impossible to duplicate keys. Also a combination, so you can actually have this little guy double locked.